This is Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
So, Dave, you know the old "What's that on your shirt" trick?
Oh my God,
you ever heard of that?
That's the Rick Kempfer White album.
Well, it kind of is. You know, I'm kind of known for it, and I've been doing it with my sons, who are now all in their 20s, for so many years that they never look down anymore. Actually, Tommy, my eldest, he'll look down. He's just like, okay, Dad, I'll look down. Go ahead and hit me in the face with your finger. And that's no fun.
Right.
That's no fun. Right. And Sean, he doesn't really care about it either. But Johnny, my middle boy Johnny, he is obsessed with this game in the fact that he will not allow me to win. Right? So for years, I've been getting him on the "What's that on your shirt"
So
trick.
you were like the 27 Yankees for years. I mean, you were able to just do it, and it would...
Yes. Yeah. And then something happened, I'd say about 5 years ago, where he just stopped falling for it. And
so he was about 22 at the time.
Anybody now, anyone says to him, "What's that on your shirt?" he does not look down.
Right.
You know, if you say, "What's that on the ground?" he doesn't look down. So a normal
so
dad...
he could be in quicksand.
He could be.
And he would just...
You're about to step into quicksand. Yeah, sure. A normal dad would have just said,
"Okay,
all right,
game
well,
over.
I guess you're a grown up now. We're not going to play that game anymore." I'm not a normal dad.
Okay.
Right now,
Right.
This is something that I spend lots of time thinking about.
Okay.
And I have...
Like how much time per se?
Well, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I developed these elaborate plots. For instance, a couple of months ago, I found this really nice watch that I don't wear anymore, and I thought to myself, okay, this is going to be it. I'm going to bring the watch down, and I'm going to give it to Johnny, and I'm going to say, "This is a heartfelt gift from father to son. I want you to put it on your..."
Like the Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
With the
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I was in Vietnam.
Yes, exactly.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Right. I swam through an ocean with this up my butt.
Yeah.
But I gave it to him, and I said, I can't wear this watch because it doesn't fit me, but I bet it'll fit you. And I handed it to him, and he put the watch on without looking down. And I'm like, man, and that was my master plot that I had devised. And then I said to him, I'm going to devise another master plot, and I'm going to get you.
Do you want me to fake a heart attack or something, or like?
Well, I'm in the middle of devising my third one because the second one also didn't work out. Here's my second plot.
So Johnny gave me a note before we went on the air. I'll read it.
Yeah.
Dad has failed. What's that on your shirt? So evidently this has been a focal point in the Kempfer household.
Yes, it's a big deal. So this time, listen to this plot, all right? I was waiting
to the show, right?
No, it's already failed.
Okay.
My plan was I'm going to get him to sign a card. Because he'd have to look down to sign the card.
Right.
And I had to wait for a real event. So Bridget and I went to a wedding last Friday. And so I asked him to sign the card. And he knows the groom and everything. And so I signed it myself. And I had Sean sign it. I didn't get him on the thing. And handed it to Johnny. And I'm like, all right, this is it. Like, I have got him. And guess what? He signed it without looking down.
Yeah.
And I'm still mad about it.
How much time are you spending on this, and could this be better use of your time?
Perhaps. But I just want... Those are my plots so far. I've got a new one. I'm not going to devise it. I'm not going to say it right now out loud.
Okay.
But...
so we've got a... I'm not going to say this on the air because I think on occasion our daughters... But we've got a running joke in our family too.
Okay.
Should I say? No, I'm not going to say it. But we are. Okay, I'll say it.
Yeah.
So we have a baby.
Wow, the fact that you had some restraint is making me nervous.
We have this doll called this Baby Alive doll.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen? It's one of these creepy dolls that we've had them for 20 years or whatever. Yeah. And everybody thinks it's creepy, right?
Yeah.
So what we do with the Baby Alive doll is I hide it in people's rooms, like we did it with Lila when she was in college, and then but what we do is with Julia. Julia thinks that Baby Alive is gone because I brought it to the dumpster when the trash.
She wanted it to be gone,
right?
Please just throw this out there.
So the trash man came, and I ran out to the trash man. And I go, look, I'm gonna throw. My daughter wants to throw this away. Can you just pretend like I'll put it in the thing and close the thing, make some noise on the machine so she thinks that it's gone. He's like, yeah, no problem. So I did that. She came out. This is like 5 or 6 years ago. The baby alive goes in the garbage truck. And it goes, right? And then I go, okay, thank you. She goes back in. He lifts it up. I get the baby doll. And we're now hiding baby doll. So baby alive is going to make an appearance, perhaps at her sorority coming this semester.
I love that.
Right. So,
I love that.
Right. And I'm going to get another baby alive done. Like I've taken pictures and I'm going to get an artist to recreate. Maybe Tony Fitzpatrick can do it. To just make, I'm going to get another baby alive and I'm going to make the same markings and whatever. And then we'll really throw it away. And then there'll be another one coming up, like at their wedding day or something.
This, for you out there, this is what we call parenting.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's time for Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
The following is a Tony Lasano podcast, an Opie production on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. This is Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
I have to dig up the video because when we went to London, this is like in 19, I think. Yeah, it was 19. We put the baby alive doll in our back porch. Okay. So we went to London. And then when we came home, we told Julia, hey, Julia, can you make sure that the back door is locked? She goes in there, and I got to get the video. We have it somewhere. And you just hear this blood curdling scream. Baby alive is back. Yeah. So,
hey, by the way, can I just also say before we get to the actual show part of the show, if anybody knows my son Johnny, and you get him on the what's that on your shirt trick,
$20
because you've heard this, it counts for me.
Oh, okay.
This would be like a gift to me.
It's a proxy finger.
Right. Okay. So all, thousands of you that are out there listening right now, any one of you does it, I will give you a heartfelt thank you and maybe even a gift.
What would the gift be?
I don't want to say.
All right.
I don't want to say.
Right. Well, let's get going because I'm like exhausted now. We've already done our show.
Yeah.
This comes out of, Vancouver, Canada. I love the Canadians. Love the Canadians. Man 34 has tooth implanted in his eye to restore his vision.
I saw the headline on this one, and
you stopped reading.
I stopped reading because I'm really queasy about eyes.
Brent Chapman can see again after doctors pulled out one of his teeth, flattened it, drilled a hole in it. I'm doing a lot of sound effects today. Placed a lens inside and implanted the tooth in one of his eyes. It seems bizarre, but the operation is actually, there's a name of this operation. It's called osteokeratoprothesis, also informally known as tooth and eye surgery.
Okay.
And it can help restore vision in patients with the most severe forms of corneal blindness. So again, like I said, this technique was actually developed in the 60s. Well, they're probably blown bongs at Woodstock or whatever.
Exactly.
Some doctor said, you know what we could do? Should you get that cough checked? Are you all right?
I just have a little sip of
So the technique, like I said, was developed in the 1960s, and about 400 people a year have this done.
Okay.
And it's crazy, right? So I did some research, and I found 5 other crazy surgeries, and these are real surgeries. Okay. That are even a little bit more bizarre. Okay. Prefabricated ear flap surgery. Have you ever heard of this one?
I have not.
A patient who was born without an ear or lost one due to trauma has a new ear growing on their forearm before being transferred.
Actually, I have heard of that.
Have you heard this?
Yes,
right.
I have.
So what they do, surgeons sculpt a framework from the patient's rib cartilage, then implant it under the forearm where it gets its own blood supply, and after several weeks or months, the forearm ear is detached and surgically sewn into the
that's awesome.
Rectoarticular microvascular transfer.
Love to know what that is.
It's an experimental procedure that repairs severe ear defects by transplanting small, well-vasculated tissue flaps from the rectum.
Oh,
okay.
Darn near killed him.
Exactly. So using microsurgical techniques, surgeons reconnect arteries, veins, and connective tissues from the rectum.
People want minutia. That's why they come here.
Oh, I've got 16 of these. So,
great.
dermapigment comatosis injection. It's known as chameleon skin surgery. It's an experimental cosmetic procedure designed to give patients dynamic color-shifting skin. Okay, I'm not kidding.
For what reason?
Well, surgeons, I don't know. Yeah. Surgeons inject genetically engineered pigment cells beneath the dermis, that's your skin, allowing the skin to alter the hue in response to temperature, light, or even emotional states. Right? So it's like wearing a mood ring on your face. Like your mood ring right now would be impatience. I could say right now with this. And there's one, here is my favorite one. It's called penile labial microfusion. It's an experimental procedure in which tissue from the penis is microsurgically integrated with oral structures to restore function after extreme trauma or congenital defects. So we got a penis and we got a mouth. I am no expert in the pairing of those two.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So don't ask me.
Yeah.
But it's so there you go. That's like you say, it's about as minutia as we can get medical.
Yes. Well, actually, it kind of ties in a little bit to what I've got, which is also minutia. And this is about a new dating trend, right? The new dating trend is called...
Are you back on the market?
No, I'm not. It's called Shrekking. This is for the kids out there.
Okay.
Huge. We're trending towards a younger audience.
Huge.
The term derives its name from the animated film Shrek. In the dating world, though, it's not quite as charming as Shrek is. Shrekking involves dating somebody you're not attracted to in the hopes that this person's going to treat you better than somebody that is attractive. and Princess Fiona took a chance on Shrek. And that turned out great for her, right?
Perchance. Yeah. I'm hypothetically brainstorming here. Do you think perhaps our wives may have...
I'm getting to that. When you do that, you're also taking the chance of getting Shreked.
Okay.
Getting Shreked. Now, that is when you lower your standards and you still end up not doing well. Because...
for whatever.
Yeah. And then it hurts double because you've already Shreked somebody. You're Shrekking, and then you've been Shreked.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And we actually know people that this happened to, and that is every single woman who dated either one of us before we got married. They were all Shreked. They took a shot at us. They felt sorry for us.
It didn't work out so great.
Didn't work out so well. But now... It's been so long since we've dated, not each other, but we've dated.
I have considered it, to be honest with you.
That there are other terms out there. Like I had never heard of Shrek. Have you ever heard of Shrek or Shrekking? There's other ones too. For instance, would you like to know what a Snow Whiter is?
Does it have something to do with dwarfs? I don't know.
A girl that likes short men.
Okay. All right.
And lots of them.
Okay. Right? At the same time, evidently.
Why is it a compliment to be known as a Flintstone in the dating world?
A Flint's eyes. I don't know.
Because you can yabba dabba do her all night long.
Okay.
All right. So
okay.
These are dating terms.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure they're very, very common. Too.
Yes. And this last one here is called a porky. What is a porky? It's kind of obvious, right? What is a porky?
Someone who is kosher.
No. Yeah, it's a fat guy.
Yeah.
Who doesn't last very long.
That's all, folks.
30 seconds or so.
Okay, well, we are going
to
remember that because we have a story coming up later in the show that is going to be quite apropos. Hey!
Yes.
We got a review. Whether you're a trivia enthusiast or someone looking for lighthearted entertainment, Minutia Men offers a refreshing and amusing perspective on the little things that make life interesting. And that's from Buno on Pod Paradise. I discovered this Pod Paradise, so I'm just reading these.
Okay.
This was from like a year ago. I've got like 22 of them that I'm going to start reading.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for another feature.
Time now for Studio Walls.
And the words of the prophets were written on the studio walls. Rick and Dave.
So this is the part of the show where we dip into the vast Rick and Dave archives, and we look back in time. And this week, September 16th, 1942. Bob Hope, the great comedian, the entertainer from our youth, nearly died in a plane crash in Alaska. And we recently talked to a guy named Tim Gray, who's a documentary filmmaker for PBS. He did a whole show about Bob Hope and his USO shows and all of that stuff. And one of the subjects that came up was that plane crash. So
let's run it.
Yeah, let's
repurpose.
Let's hear a little more about Bob Hope and his USO tours.
When you think this year is the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, and we do a lot of different films about whatever it is, the war in the Pacific War, the Holocaust, Italy, everything. We film all over the world. I wanted to look at laughter and in World War II and how important it was, and to reach these men and women in that age without social media, without texting, without, so what was it like during World War II to bring a piece of America to some island that no American has ever heard of? And Bob Hope was the Pied Piper for all that. And so when you think about entertainment in World War II, that's the first name that comes up. But then you do a deeper dive and you look at the distances that he and his troop traveled in the non-jet age on propeller-driven aircraft, C-47s and B-17s and non-pressurized airplanes. And the logistical challenges of just reaching Europe and the Pacific during that time were just off the charts. And I don't think many people, they look at 80,000 miles today and say, yeah, I'm a businessman. I fly United 80,000. Yeah, but you weren't flying United, in the middle of a world war, and people in Tennessee weren't trying to shoot you down,
right?
While you were flying over Nashville. So, I mean, it's just the logistics and everything else that went into it. You really had to want to do it.
And as you mentioned, it was dangerous. He had a couple of near-death experiences, right, in Alaska and Australia. Can you share some of the more dramatic moments?
Yeah, in 1942, their plane almost crashed coming back from a performance in Alaska. They were looking for the landing strip in Anchorage, and they lost radio contact, and it was dark, and there were no lights up or anything. And the only reason they survived is because another plane came up in back of them and caught their prop wash and said, there's a plane up here that shouldn't be up here. And they're like, oh my God, that's the Bob Hope plane with his troop on it. And so they put up searchlights and everything and were able to guide them down. And then there was a situation where they crash landed in a lake in Australia. Fortunately, they were flying on a Catalina plane, which is made to take off and land in water, but they still lost an engine and went down. So Dolores Hope, Bob's wife, always said he was kind of a daredevil, and when he felt it was like his time, it would be his time. So it didn't prevent him from going to the far reaches of the world to find some Marines on an island, or into Italy and Sicily and North Africa. It was just really incredible.
This story, I've got another story, and this comes out of England. Okay,
yeah,
I like England. When was the last time you were in England? Well, you're there not a couple of years ago.
I'm going in a few weeks, actually.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah. I'm going at the end of October. I'm going to Ireland for a wedding, and then we're going to jaunt over to England, and we're going to check out a soccer game.
How many books do we got coming out in the next 4 weeks?
This has been booked for years. I mean, this is a wedding. I had no choice.
This comes out of England. This comes out of England. Boy, we are just having a great show today.
Yes, we are.
UK doctor left in the middle of surgery to have sex with a nurse.
Okay.
A U.S. doctor was caught in a compromising position with a nurse during surgery at Tameside Hospital in Manchester in September of 2023. And the reason why this incident has resurfaced last week was because this doctor, Dr. Shuhail Anjum, has applied to work again in the UK. So now his past is becoming drummed up. So a patient was undergoing gallbladder removal surgery when Anjum asked a colleague to monitor the procedure while he took what he called a comfort break. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he goes away, and another nurse discovered Anjum, and the unidentified nurse engaged in inappropriate behavior. They were just finishing up. Okay,
yeah.
And so Anjum returned to complete the surgery 6 minutes later.
A porky. He's a porky.
Anjum did not deny the accusations and acknowledged the evidence against him. He described his actions as inexcusable and said he had been under a lot of personal stress related to family issues following the premature birth of one of his daughters. Okay. Again.
Premature again.
Yeah. You heard the 6 minutes. Yeah. I heard the 6 minutes. That's where I stopped, right? Uh-huh. So, but think about it. So he leaves the operating room. He walks.
6 minutes is a long time for a gallbladder to be just kind of exposed like that.
Well, and also, he gets out of the gallbladder surgery. He goes to another room, presumably, right? Maybe he sees somebody in the hallway. Hey, Bill, how you doing? He goes to he goes to the other place. He unzips. I would imagine there's some pregame maneuvers,
right?
I don't know.
I don't know if they got time for a pregame.
Well, I don't know. Okay. Now, if it was a solo album, I could understand that it could take 6 minutes. Sure. So he does his business, zips up, and walks back, all in 6 minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did a little studying. Okay. Here's what I found in. So this is called a IELT. Okay. And basically, what that is, it is. I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it's basically the length of time men are in a vagina before ejaculation.
All right.
I don't know. It's whatever. But I have a study here. I have two studies. I have one study by Waldinger, which is based on actual hard data with a stopwatch is how it's. Sure. I don't know how they did that. I don't know if there's a doctor sitting there with a researcher,
like the Kinsey,
whatever,
all that sort of stuff.
And there's another collection method, which is self-reporting.
Okay.
So give me.
I think I see where this is going.
Okay, so give me a country, and I will tell you the stopwatch data, and I will then tell you the self-reported data. Okay. Give me a country.
How about America?
America. The stopwatch data. 7 minutes 12 seconds.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Self-reported. 28 minutes 14 seconds.
Okay.
Give me another one.
How about Germany?
Okay, they're punctual.
Yes.
Germany. Ooh, 4 minutes and 12 seconds.
Oh.
That's the stopwatch one.
Though they're more efficient.
Right. And the other, and what? And then the second one? 4 minutes and 12 seconds. They did not lie. Germans did not lie. No, it was 11 minutes and 12 seconds.
All right, so
they're lying, but not nearly as much as the Americans are. Now, you want to go India?
Yes.
Go India. India, the stopwatch, 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. Self-reporting, 41 minutes, 12 seconds.
For real?
Yeah. There's some lying going on in the... yeah, so there you go.
Well, boy, I hate to go from that story to the story I'm going to, but this is what we call in the business a rough transition. Hey, you know what Sunday was, Dave?
It was Pope Leo's birthday, right?
It was Pope Leo's birthday, yes. The Pontiff, the Chicago Pope, born and raised in Chicago in South Suburban Dalton. He received a special treat as he ended it. 70. That's a big one, right?
That's so far away from us, too.
Oh, I know. By the way, the Pope is only 8 years older than us.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
We've never had a younger Pope yet, right?
No.
That is going to be. You remember when the Playboy centerfold was younger than you, the first one?
Yeah.
I think when the Pope is younger than you, then you're.
Well, when I take my boys to the Cubs game now, and they see that half the Cubs players are younger than them, it depresses them. Yeah. But this is kind of similar to that. But anyway, the reason I bring it up is because he got a very Chicago gift. He got a Portillos chocolate cake.
Oh, nice.
Now, imagine this. When he became the Pope, we joke about how Chicago has never been bigger. But Portillos at the Vatican, that is the greatest thing
Have you
ever
had their chocolate cake?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Amazing. It's amazing.
The other reason I bring up this story is because his brother, this is a true story, his brother sent birthday wishes that gave him shit.
What do you mean?
His brother said, "Hey, you're 70 now. Careful on the steps." Like an inside joke that he fell down the stairs. Which this is something I've been thinking about all week. Because first of all,
If your brother's the Pope, are you allowed? I mean, yeah, you're still the brother.
Also, secondly, I realized that I could never be Pope because my sister has an encyclopedic memory of every bad thing I've ever done or said.
Yeah.
She has them categorized alphabetically with cross tabs on the date. And, if I ever became Pope, I'd hear, have you heard about His Holiness' latest encyclical encouraging kindness to others? Tell me if this statement he made on April 14th, 1976 qualifies as kindness. Not exactly infallible, is he? Let me take you back to November 10th, 1985 at 11 a.m. You would think Mr. Infallible would have been in class or church or studying his theology, but no. There he was, asleep in bed, telling his roommates to lie to me when a mom and dad asked me to go and check on him, and the slacker was sleeping. I
remember that.
You call him holiness?
I remember that. Like it was yesterday.
I know.
So it was like whatever. It was 2 in the afternoon or whatever.
Yeah.
Cindy comes into the pit. Hi, Cindy. What's going on? Where's Rick? He's at class.
Yeah.
And she just looked at me and walked right into your room. And So your parents put her up to that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Because they didn't trust me for some reason. I just don't know why.
And she did it.
Yeah. So
wouldn't a good sister said, yeah, he was in class?
That's a different story. So I have to list on my, every interview you ever do, they say, "Where do you want to be in 5 years?" I can no longer say I want to be Pope.
Yeah, well,
because
I don't think you had a big chance.
It's not going to happen. But it is time for another feature on this show.
Time now for Celebrity Potpourri with Rick and Dave.
So this has become the part of the show where people can send in their notes to us, or sometimes we also take a moment to pay tribute to people that have passed away.
We had a rough week this week.
We really did. For instance, Robert Redford. He just died.
89.
Yeah, 89 years old. If you want to hear my Robert Redford story, it's kind of a long one. That's why I'm not going to retell it here. But go to episode 112 of Minutia Men. I've told it once before.
I don't remember. Just give me a.
It happened on a ski slope.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'll tell you.
Okay.
The other one is Jim Edgar, former governor.
He never went to prison, did he?
No. He's like the only one
that in the last.
He was a Republican I voted for. I'll put it that way. I mean, there aren't many of those. No. But he was actually a frequent guest on the Landecker show and was a great guy. In fact, he even offered me a job in the press. In his press office in Springfield, which I didn't want to.
Is this while you were on the air?
Well, I was Landecker's producer.
So you have him on the air, and then in the hallway, he goes, "Hey, do you want another job?"
Huh. Yeah, because I had a pretty decent relationship with the guy, and in fact, one time he came in with his wife, Brenda. You remember Brenda Edgar, the first lady? And I wrote a parody song for her called "She's First Lady," to the Tom Jones song.
She's a lady.
Yeah, she's first lady. I don't remember any of the words to it, and I looked for it. I don't have. I don't have the audio anywhere.
I'm sure.
Sadly,
I'm sure somebody has it.
But rest in peace, Governor Jim Edgar, our governor from 1991 to 1999. One of the good guys,
and no prison term.
And no prison term.
Right. We had a rough spot. We had a rough go at it for our Illinois governors. We had Blago, we had Ryan.
Yep. Yeah. But all right, so there are people we need to thank before we do our audio farewell.
Okay.
And we need to thank Tony Lasano with Opie
who's going to have a little bit of editing to do in this show.
Well, they don't know that. The listeners don't know that. It's going to be seamless. And then we have, so we need to thank him.
Okay.
We also need to thank Ed Silla with the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Thank you, Ed, for all you do. And last week, if you listened to our show last week, I forgot to say this. I forgot to say the thank yous to Ed and Tony.
Ooh. And, did you get an email?
And so Tony took the clip of me making fun of you asking for credits at the end of the show.
Oh, nice.
Put it at the end of the show, followed by a tape of me doing the correct credits.
Okay, well done,
So
Tony.
I thought that was pretty clever,
well
Tony.
done.
And sorry, I forgot to mention you last week. All right, so here's the audio of War. Next week is a big week for your people. Want to tell everybody why that is?
My people.
Yes. Do you even know?
Oh, it's the
it's the Jewish holidays.
It's the big ones. It's the New Year and the.
Well, we talk about my religion all the time. We just did a whole thing on the Pope, but we really never talk about yours.
It's Happy New Year, and
it's Rosh Hashanah.
And then 11 days later, it's flogging ourselves, or 7 days later, or whatever.
So we have a clip here of an audio clip for your people.
Okay, right.
This goes back to my days with Landecker. He was.
Please tell me you don't have a Rosh Hashanah parody song.
No, he was half Jewish.
Yeah.
John was half Jewish. His father was born in Berlin,
like my parents.
Escaped the Nazis, just like your parents, right? His mother, however, was a country girl, an Indiana country girl, and so when I was working with John, he got married to a Jewish girl. Laura was her name. That was his third wife. And they bought a country house in Indiana. So, again, he was kind of living the half-Jewish country life, which inspired him to ask me to write this song. It's called I'm a Half-Jewish Country Boy. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
This will be our little audio au revoir for this week.
I served up a big plate of grits, invited my family to my little boy's bris. Afterwards, we had a line dancing fits. I'm a half-Jewish country boy. My matzo balls, they can be fatal. Give me a spin of my little dreidel. Biscuits and briskets are on my table. I'm a half-Jewish country boy. Drinking Manischewitz, smoking menthol filters, getting my sugar nut, getting out of kilter. When I go fishing, I catch gefilte. I'm a half-Jewish country boy. Some thought my dad was trying to annoy him when he went out and married a goyim. He told his mom and she said, "Oi, I'm a half-Jewish country boy." Had a Christmas tree and a menorah, a big Bible and a Torah. So went out and married Laura. By the way, she's a maida, and I'm a half-Jewish country boy.
All right, we'll be back.
That was great.
With another episode
of Minutia Man.
The preceding was a presentation of the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Find our other great shows on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and at radiomisfits.com. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of Opie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?
So Bob Hope actually did die.
Yeah.
And that was...
All right, now let's hear a little more from Bob Hope and his USO tours.
Huh.
It's not working.
Huh.
I had it all hooked up, ready to go. Oh, my God. What if Bob Hope is dead? Oh, my God, Bob Hope is dead. Oh, my God, we might be dead. What if we're dead?